All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Y'all see the title. Day 2 of my 31-day upload journey here, talking about things that we don't normally like to talk about. So, I want to talk about the spiritual side of sex, or the other side of sex. And one part of that is, I would say the most important part of that is to be present. Being present. Why is being present important? Because before you can ever go into anything that's deeper with intimacy and intercoursing in someone else's life, you gotta be present, you gotta be in that moment. Well, you would think that would go without saying. Not always, folks. Not always. Well, let's take, for instance, I've heard and had many of my sister girls say, girl, my mind was somewhere else while he was doing what he was doing. I was just lying there letting him do what he did. I'm like, what? Oh, heck no. No. This is definitely a place for me as a woman to receive. I know we about to start somewhere. Well, what you gonna give? Hold on, breathe. Take a breath. Let's go deeper into this. So this is what I mean. The way the woman's body is made, if we just want to start with the physical before we get to the scientific, the spiritual, the metaphysical, the mystical, the tribal, the ancient, before we get to all of that, just look at the way our body is made, okay? When it comes to intercoursing, I'm talking about an actual penetration, right? When we're talking that sort of language, the lower extremities of our body is definitely made to receive. From the torso up, is that correct language? The body is made to give. So just slow down, it's balance. But the giving is still based on first receiving. Why? Because a woman's natural inclination, I'm talking about from her essence, is to share, to disperse, to make sure that the whole community is taken care of. She's tribal, she thinks about everyone. The whole entire way of people being taken care of comes from her nurturing side, right? She's a nurturer. I'm talking about her natural sense. So this is why I understand a statement that my father said to me in growing up, that you make sure that man loves you before you ever release a certain amount of love to him. I was like, what? What do you mean? He said, because you're gonna naturally love. It's who you are, it's how you've been taught, it's how you've been trained, it's what you've been born to do. You love. The way we're made, our sympathetic, parasympathetic system that coincides with the way life moves and the way it flows is very natural for a woman. It's very natural for us to give, to share, to release, to nurture, to feed. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So you make sure that you connect with a man that really loves you, because he will always get the wonderful overflow. Because a man that really loves you, he'll give to you, he won't be selfish, he'll open up his heart, he'll open up his wallet, he'll open up his life to you. And you in turn will make that much bigger, much better, much greater because of who you are as a nurturer. Okay, so just look at that. Let's just look at the factual stuff. Looking at it, not trying to be all deep with it. So when it comes to the importance of two people showing up in that space, and we're not going to get through all of it. These are snippet videos. We'll come back and go deeper. I'll go deeper based on how you guys respond, okay? Your comments will dictate to me how I should move, okay, and what I should expand upon. So when we're talking about the way the woman's body is made, this is the nurturing component, okay? It's a nurturing component. However, in order for a man to get to that point, he must first be willing to give, not just through penetration. We're talking about the other side of sex, the other sides, spiritual, metaphysical, emotional, being present, though, being our starting block. So to be present with a woman is to bring a woman into what we call a safe space. When we feel like we're in a safe space, we open up easily and effortlessly, and we give without restraint. Well, how do you get a woman to a safe space? Well, it's definitely before you get in that bedroom. Okay? It should be through conversation. It should be through reassuring. It should be through touching. But let's just say you skipped all of that and you only got directly to the bedroom. Okay? So we're in the bedroom, and one of the ways to make sure that a woman feels safe in her space is through touch without sexualization. Okay, think about it. What do you mean? We're having sex? Yes, but you don't have to sexualize it. Because remember, sex, if you go to the core of it, is a very spiritual act. It's a very spiritual process as well. So if you sexualize, what does it mean to sexualize? It means to objectify and to think of this body only as for lack of better terms, a piece of meat for you to enter in to be satisfied on the other side. And if she is satisfied, great. If not, I still got mine. And it's not quite that sharp, but I'm being a little extreme to get back to the middle. So I'll give an example, and maybe that will help. A man entering into a room where you are and touching your hand and asking, are you okay? What's happening? What do you need? What is your desire? Or when he gets to a certain point of guruism, of a tantric master, he can touch your hand and feel everything that's happening in your body and know exactly where to go to calm you. Because the first thing that needs to happen is again, I'm going back to the beginning, you need to be present. The man needs to be present where you're not, I'm gonna make up a word here, it's my new word, pornographied. What do I mean? Because sometimes, and I'm only saying men because I'm specifically talking about men right now for this line, because I know men and women watch pornography, but sometimes men can watch pornography so much and learn their skills from there that when you enter into a room with a woman that's not on camera, not on screen, that is someone that you're supposed to be expressing love to, and it doesn't matter if you're with that person or not for a long term, if you enter into any space of sexual connection, it should come from the place of love. I didn't say you have to be in love with them, but you're coming from a place of love because you are there to extend the essence of who you are to another for the purpose of healing, growth, expansion, satisfaction, relief, stress, meditation, and creation. Ooh, I can tell we're gonna have to have more than one video about this. It's a whole lot to unpack here. These are short videos, y'all. So, if you want to know more about this subject and you want me to go deeper, put it in the comments and we'll see what we can do. All right, I got a lot to say. Peace and love.